two, and go.
MD as always, and me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We're gonna be talking a lot of sports. We're gonna be doing it South Texas style. Without further ado, our host of the most, Dan the Man.
Yo, what up, what up? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz, coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, to your ears, providing some sports time for your free time. What up, everyone? This is your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing today? And how did your team do this week? Mr. Superfan Arts. And of course, bad luck Beto. Always a pleasure. Of course, we're going to talk a lot of sports today, most especially, and you guys know it, some Dallas Cowboys. Are they Super Bowl bound? I don't know. Maybe, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see how that kind of turns out, guys. But other than that, just again, thank you so much for listening to us today. Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. If you guys listen to on Facebook, on Twitch, or on YouTube Live, thank you so much. And definitely, it's gonna be a very interesting night tonight. We're gonna have a lot of sports, a lot of NFL. Obviously, Bad Luck Beto is here with us today. How you doing, bro?
It's pretty good. Can't complain. It's always a good week when the Cowboys win and Texas wins. So it's always a good thing.
There we go.
It's always a good week.
Yeah, always. And of course, Superfan Art. How's it going, dude?
Going good, man. Glad to be here on this lovely Tuesday evening. Already digging these cold fronts the state of Texas has been getting. Really getting that fall weather in. We're already closing up on the Major League Baseball's postseason is coming up real soon, beginning October the 4th. So a lot to talk about in that arena. And of course, it's always a good week when, like Bad Luck Bethel said, Cowboys win.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
Cowboys win, and my Longhorns win. And even to a certain extent, your UTSA Roadrunners win.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that a lot more later on. But now it's great, man. A shout out to all of our viewers out there, whatever platform, stream, whatever. If you're a fan or a hater, what's up? Like us, subscribe, hate mail, whatever. We'll look at your comments here on the screen. So we have a good show. I'll pass it back to you, Dan.
Yeah, of course. All right, guys. So as we kind of continue on, we'll go ahead and just kind of start with how we usually do start our shows with some Diamond Talk. I know we do have MLB postseason coming right up. We are gonna have either a guest either this next episode or next week. We'll figure that out. And as we just kind of continue going into the postseason for MLB, I know Beto was on our chat. We were actually kind of keeping up with the Astros, and dude. I'm like,
On
dude,
a 3-game losing streak, bro. And today they're playing Tampa Bay. I didn't get to check with how the score's going, but
dude, I was like, Beto, don't say anything. Boom, bad luck.
They
Beto
lost to
strikes
the
ahead.
A's over the weekend. They lost to the A's twice over the weekend, and they were in big margins. I mean, I'll leave that to Artie for the Diamond Talk, but so I gotta just say, I mean, just
they were winnable games.
Yeah, winnable game. Just errors, man, errors, and that's usually just how every game is lost nowadays.
Yeah, unfortunately. So I mean, but definitely we'll look into
and this late into the season, Danny. Late into the season.
I know, dude, because it's like what? When's the postseason start officially?
It begins on October the 4th, which is a Monday. So the last day of regular season is Sunday the 3rd.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I mean, they Astros still clinch a spot, but not that home field advantage that I was hoping they'd get. But again, it's they still got a spot in the playoffs. So
yeah, we'll see. So that's that. But we'll go ahead and have you start Superfan Art.
There, Jim. All right, cool. Yeah, as for my Diamond Talk, just a reminder, October 3rd is the last day of regular season. I think on this Thursday, upcoming Thursday, I'll give like a rundown of like what the schedule could look like on the postseason, both wild card games when they're going to be at, and then how the brackets will be for the Nationals and the American leagues respectively, and just a few games that were going on currently today that could have some big playoff implications. Aside from what Bad Luck was saying, the Tampa Bay Rays visiting off against our Astros. Astros a little bit on the slump. They could use some more security for, I guess, positioning, playoff positioning. Maybe try to get that home field back. Other notable games: you got the Yankees, Blue Jays. They got the Phillies, Braves, the Red Sox, and Orioles. Brewers, Cardinals, the Reds, and the White Sox. The Padres and the Dodgers, and the Oakland A's with the Seattle Mariners. Now, some teams are currently already clinched with that playoff berth. Notably, is the
Tampa Bay.
the Giants and the Dodgers for sure. But right now, they're just waiting to see which one is the leader and which one's the wild card. The Rays clinched the AL East. The White Sox clinched the AL Central. The Brewers clinched the NL Central. So yeah, a lot of teams already eliminated vis-a-vis our Texas Rangers among them. So right now, after today, obviously there's going to be some change-ups. Currently, the Rays in the Astros is already nearing the bottom of the seventh. It's a very close game. It's just a one-score game. Won't say who's winning or not. So just fingers crossed if you're superstitious. But yeah, I'll keep you more updated on that. The playoff picturing on Thursday. Just some sideline news. Giants first baseman and home run leader Brandon Belt. He has a broken left thumb, and his availability for the final week of the regular season, which I guess is the next couple of days, and the playoffs actually, is unclear for Brandon Belt. Giants said an X-ray Monday showed a broken bone, and Belt will continue to meet with doctors over the next couple of days, trying to develop that recovery plan. Timetable for his return is a little bit questionable. So Belt, who's 33 years old, he exited a 6-2 win versus the Colorado Rockies this past Sunday in the seventh inning after getting hit on the left hand with a pitch while squaring for a bunt. You know what happens? You kind of hunch over and you really can't tell how fast the balls are coming or if they're curved or not. Bunting is a lot more difficult than it looks. Fortunately for him, he got just one of his thumbs annihilated because it's broken. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back for his squad for the postseason. Next up, you got Chicago White Sox pitcher Carlos Rodon to start this Wednesday. Last opportunity before the playoffs to help him kind of shake off a little bit of arm soreness he's been experiencing. So Rodon, he will try to do the pitching on Wednesday against the Cincinnati Reds, as per his manager saying. He threw bullpen session on Sunday when they were in Cleveland in advance for this upcoming start, and even for just getting him ready for the playoffs. Because pretty much from the All-Star break till now, he's been going on and off with that same injury. There's not really wrong with him. It's just the 20-year-old. He's just missed plenty of time because of injuries in the past. They just want to try to get him ready. Now the White Sox, they already, like I mentioned, they clinched the American League Central Division last week, but are still trying to play for that home field advantage in the first round. They trailed the Houston Astros by 2.5 games after their 8-7 win on Monday against the Tigers. So Rodon, he'll start Wednesday. Will determine whether he fits for the White Sox during the postseason. It's yet to be determined. Anything else? Albert Pujols from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He went into the COVID-19 injured list Tuesday when Cody Bellinger was activated from the IL after missing 8 games with a broken left rib. So Pujols, he received a second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. He just didn't feel that good, as per manager Dave Roberts. He'll be reevaluated Wednesday. So 41-year-old Pujols, he was batting .255 with 12 homers and 38 RBIs in 82 games since he signed on with the Dodgers back in May 17, following his release from the Los Angeles Angels. So the three-time National League MVP is fifth with 679 homers, 17 shy of tying Alex Rodriguez for the fourth. Uh, will he try to shadow that record? We'll just see if he's able to get off that COVID IR and produce for his team during the postseason. That's pretty much most of the news I have to say for this evening. Obviously, there's some games currently going on I can't mention. But before we leave our Diamond Talk, did you any of you two guys want to add anything else to that? Houston related or not?
Go for it, Beto.
For me, right now, I'm not too sure how the division is for the Astros and A's. I know A's were behind. Oakland was behind the Astros. I think it was 3 games behind. I know they caught up. Well, I know Astros were 3 games behind Tampa Bay, behind the Rays, and then Oakland was behind like another 4 games, if I'm not mistaken. But I think after these 3 games that they played over the course, this little series that they played, I don't know if they're tied in for second place in the standings. I'm not too sure. I didn't keep up. I saw it on Friday, so I'm not too sure if you have a look at the standings of what that is right now for that division. But I know if I was calculating that if at least Houston had won one of those games over Oakland, they'd be in the prime spot, basically in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny to get home field advantage in the ACLS. But at the end of the day, right now I know I'm not, like I said, I haven't been watching the game. My wife's taking over the TV right now, but
All good. Make her happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
But she I didn't get to see today's game, but
yeah.
I know that they were in the prime seat to, well, not anymore, but they were going to be in the prime seat to control the destiny, to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But again,
so now going down. What's going on?
I don't know.
I think they said the magic number for the Astros is 2. So I think they need 2 wins and they can maybe clinch that home field, I guess.
And I know Tampa Bay already clinched their spot.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a seeding situation between Oakland and Houston. But I don't know how behind Oakland was from Astros.
Well, as of yesterday, because I always update my notes, the Astros were about 4.5 games ahead of Seattle Mariners for that Western division in the American League. So really, I don't think realistically the Mariners can't catch up. I think that Oakland was even further behind on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Oakland's not even in the wild card contention right now.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought. I'm sorry. I was.
But
I got confused with Mariners.
But they're messing up the Astros' chances.
No, the seeding that, and I don't know how the Mariners. You said as of right now they're 4. I wasn't paying attention to. I guess I got them confused with Oakland. But I wasn't paying attention to the Mariners. But I was saying Oakland the whole time because they played over the weekend. But again, it's just errors, man. Like stupid little things that just get the ball away. And they weren't big time losses. I think on Sunday it was 2-1 Oakland, and Saturday they lost by. I can't recall that. I know yesterday. I saw yesterday's game and it was 2-1. I mean Sunday's game and it was 2-1. But again, it's
just one of those things where it's just like barely getting there, and it was, and I knew it was gonna happen. You're like, bro, the Astros, bro, like giving us updates and everything. I'm like, don't do it, Beto, don't do it. Nothing's like,
no, and that's what I did. I woke up this weekend. I woke up this weekend with that mindset of like I was just doing the math and trying to see how far behind they were. I know they were 3 games behind Tampa Bay, and well, I just shot myself in the foot. Every team I go for, bro, I jinx it. Every team I go for, I jinx it. Like I don't understand. I should just go for the team that I want to lose. You know what I mean?
Reverse.
No wonder the Chiefs are 4th in their division right now.
For real, it's like kind of like, dang, dude. It's a Madden curse. You guys don't believe it, but it's true. That's for real. The Madden curse is for real. It's true. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But anything else? Sorry, wrapping up some Diamond Talk. Art.
No, just if you're fans of the Yankees, Red Sox, or Blue Jays, they're in that dead heat for that wild card spot. Yankees currently at the +1. Red Sox are at the cutoff. The Blue Jays are just one behind, and the Seattle Mariners are just 1.5 behind. So each one of these games from now to Sunday can definitely determine which two out of all those four. Great teams, by the way. They're just fighting to make it in. So yeah, we'll just have to see, and I'll give more updates on that Thursday. That pretty much does it for my Diamond Talk today. Thank you, Dan. I'll pass the mic back to you.
All right, applause. Thank you so much. All right. All right, so real quick, I guess we'll go right into our basketball.
Let's knock it out of the way. There's only a few storylines anyway with basketball.
You have anything, Beto, for basketball?
No, the only thing I was looking at mainly was what I was hearing about was the headliner with Kyrie Irving that he's refusing to get his COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
So that being said, I know as per the governor of New York is that basically no players that are vaccinated cannot play any home games. So that's about what, like 40 games out of the season that he's gonna miss out. And basically someone had said that he's a contrarian, like he's just going against, he's a professional contrarian. Yeah, he's a professional contrarian. Like he just goes against the grain. He goes against, what should be. And I mean, I'm not saying again, I mean, sometimes money can't buy everything. And apparently it's common sense, because common sense isn't common. But I'm not getting political here in regards to the COVID vaccine or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
the dude thought the Earth was flat.
Flat, exactly.
Come on,
I mean,
dog.
just,
you know.
I mean, maybe he wants to start his own trend, and he's doing it the wrong way. He should get a TikTok and start doing a dance or two. Maybe he'll start a trend there.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, that was my only news I got for this time. But that, I mean, it's affecting the team as a whole.
Oh hell
and
yeah!
I know that there was talks, supposed rumors that maybe Kyrie Irving would be in talks to be traded for Ben Simmons, but Kevin Durant put a stop to that real quick. He literally straight up said, like, no, hell no, that they're not trading Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, whatever Durant says, it's the law.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure KD was like, nah, dude, he's good, bro. I mean, dude, and then it's like Stephen A. or they were talking about like on ESPN, like he's still Kyrie Irving, It sucks, but he's still Kyrie. Like, dude, he's like guaranteed what, 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 and 5. Obviously you can put more than 20, but he's at least he can guarantee you what, like 20 points, 5 assists type of stuff. So no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe a steal, maybe half a steal, or whatever. Just because he's just a finisher like that.
I know he's part of that prolific point guard where it's the 20, 10, and 90 club or something like that, where it's 90% free throwing, averages 10 assists,
what is it?
And averages 20 points a game type deal. Yeah, it's that club where point guards. I forgot what it's called.
It's actually 40, 60, 40, 50, 90. 40
something like that.
40% 3-pointer, 50% field goal percentage,
field goals,
90% free throw percentage.
So yeah, that.
Yeah, that's actually a what is it? Rapid fire question. Remember?
Rapid fire question. There you go. Yeah.
That was a while back. We didn't bring back rapid fire. I got competitive.
Those scores are all-time leader in rapid fire, but he never played against Juan.
For real, yeah, that was the battle.
I think I only played with Tosco once, and it was I think it was a clean steal. It was me, Seabass, and Tosco, and I think Arturo was in there too.
Yes, I was the sparring partner.
Mm-hmm. You're the punching bag.
Just the punching. Like, give me another one of these guys.
Oh, they were good.
Oh, he went down. Give me another one. Cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, go for it, Art. What do you got for me?
Okay, I got 3 different things basketball related. That's not Kyrie talk. First up, the Denver Nuggets and forward Michael Porter Jr. agreed to a 5-year designated
What?
maximum extension, could be worth $207 million. Feria. So,
Dang,
Porter-
that's pretty good.
Porter, he will hit that $207 million number if he makes one of the 3 All NBA teams this season. Otherwise, he
Ooh.
will get the 5-year rookie max, which is about 172. So
God.
207 or 172.
That's
He has
what,
to make
20
Uh,
mil? I mean, yeah, I mean, you still have to be the best. I mean, what is it, like, can you be, like, second or, like, third All-NBA? No.
I don't
Yeah,
know. This is
and
one of the 3 All NBA teams this
Yeah,
season.
so he could be second or third in All NBA.
Was he
Damn.
this year at all? Has he been?
I don't know. Don't really keep up with them McNuggets.
Dang. I mean, he is, dude. He is capable of doing that. I'm not gonna lie, especially with Murray coming back. It's gonna be a good team.
He did help him make it at least that far this past postseason
Yeah.
with Murray even out. He had to pick up the slack. But yeah, kudos to him. Hopefully the man does make his money and spends it wisely.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
all right.
moving
What
on.
next? What next?
Got the Indiana Pacers guard, Karis LeVert. He has a stress fracture in his back. There's also some optimism that it could only be a minor setback, and he could maybe return sometime around the start of the season, which I think is in a couple of weeks by now, sometime in mid-October. So LeVert, who was traded to Indiana from Brooklyn as part of that James Harden deal, remember a while back, he's going to undergo some more testing. Now, he did average about 20.2 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 5.2 assists in 35 games for the Pacers in the past season. For those of you who don't remember, LeVert's physical with the Pacers following that trade pretty much revealed he had a cancerous mass on one of his kidneys that required some surgery in this past January. So he eventually made the Pacers debut back in March
Wow.
in one of the
nice,
more
nice,
feel-good
nice.
comeback stories from around the league.
Heavy
pretty much-
applause, heavy.
That trade essentially saved his life. I mean, yeah, otherwise it would have maybe they discovered it too late.
Wow, nice.
Kudos to Harden and the Pacers for making it happen. And
Good job, man. Good job.
the last story I had is one that'll be a favorite to all 3 of us, I'm sure, is 4-time NBA champion Manu Ginobili. Manu! One of the greatest international players in basketball history. He's returning to the San Antonio Spurs as a special
Luka?
advisor to the basketball operations, as per announced this past Friday. Ginobili was 44 years old. He'll work in a player-centric role, focusing on the on and off court development of some of the young Spurs roster. Since his retirement back in 2018, after 16 seasons with the Spurs, the organization had been persistent in trying to convince Ginobili maybe taking on some kind of organizational role with the franchise. So Ginobili, who has built himself his own reputation as one of the great teammates and leaders in the sport,
Yeah.
and Spurs coach Greg Popovich and former CEO R.C. Buford and general manager Brian Wright. Excuse me, I might have mixed that up. Screw you. They wanted his influence. They wanted him back, trying to advance the team's own culture to the, impart some of his wisdom to the next generation of players and staff. He was a 2-time All-Star and the 2008 Sixth Man of the Year winner. 16 years career at Spurs. One of the more decorated international basketball players, including winning Olympic gold for Argentina and earning an MVP in the Euro League.
Beating Team USA. Beating Team USA for the gold, by the way.
What country do you live in, Danny? Yes.
I'm just saying,
Settle
dude.
down.
I mean, I'm just saying. But that
It
was
was
crazy.
an off year.
And honestly,
It was an off Olympics.
honestly, that was a damn good Argentinian game. That Alberto, y quién más?
Scola.
Nice, yeah.
Nice.
And was with Ginobili, and I don't know, it's pretty good. I mean,
One could argue that's the Argentinian dream team.
honestly, Ginobili, dude, if he was in another team, he could have balled. See or no?
USA was going through a recession that year. We couldn't afford good coach.
Oh, God. Nice.
Dude, yeah. So we'll see how that works out. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Bad luck Beto, but the hire.
Honestly, I think it's just more of a political, like a
Publicity
publicity
stunt.
move, publicity stunt, if anything. Uh, it's like getting Tim Duncan to like go and play a quick 5-on-5 in the practice field. You know?
But Ginobili actually coached. Like, he can. I think he
Look.
can. I think he can. Out of all three, dude. Because Duncan, look, it's not. I know it's not after dark, but I don't care. Dude, Duncan doesn't give a shit. Like, just straight up, he just doesn't. He
That's
just like
$20 in the
he
swear
just-
jar for you.
He just wants to ball. Y luego de repente, just talk shit. That's all he wants to do. That's all Timmy wants to do, especially now. He has
Look,
kids and everything.
if you're talking about who can coach better
Tony-
out of the
Tony-
big three,
I
I
don't
think
think
Tony
Tony-
Parker.
I
Tony
think
Parker-
Tony can coach, and I think he is. Isn't he going to coach the French team? Or they asked him? No, he's doing operations. He's on operations for the French
Well,
team.
all I know for sure, there was moments where I would see like, and there's videos, there's documented proof where Popovich would call timeout, and he'd get mad at Pop, literally move Pop from the chair, and literally like coach, like run the next play, call the next play. You get me?
Yeah,
He's I mean, a point guard is always the extension of the coach, right?
I mean, some most teams, especially the Spurs,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean,
So-
yeah,
There were moments where he would take the chair and literally get the clipboard and start drawing the play up for them. He just has, not many people have that command of authority that most leaders have. But even then, some leaders are just like Ginobili at one point when he was by himself, having to be the leader for off the bench for all these young studs. And they weren't great, but Ginobili put out as much as he could. Him and Aldridge were trying, but at the end of the day, it was tough.
and now, dude, like they don't even have Patty in there anymore. So it's like no one.
I know.
So it's like,
Patty's with Brooklyn, replacing Kyrie Irving.
oh god. Is Kyrie what?
Yeah.
Is he doing? Is he a point? Or I know he's a
Kyrie,
shooting
yeah.
guard. I know
He's a point guard.
I mean,
He's a point guard that can shoot the ball.
I was like, he's more of a shooting guard, but whatever. I mean, I know. Because I know.
Yeah, well, nowadays
Nowadays it's like
with
guard,
small ball.
Yeah, I was like guard or wing.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he could play the two. I could see him playing the two, but I think he's just as not a Westbrook type, but more of an offensive type point guard.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because the two does. I mean, he can't defend. You can't defend anything. He's too small. But
Nice. Point is, glad we see Ginobili back in some capacity with our Spurs. To see him back in town at the home games, seeing him at the games,
nice.
admiring his jersey up there in the Raptors himself. It'd be the shit. Like it.
Good job, Ginobili.
Ginobili.
We're here to, dude, and like, what we're talking about? We're talking about like the pre-show, before we started the show. We're like, bro, what if he takes over? He's like,
I was like, he's gonna leap over Becky Hammond for like a job.
it's
Oh,
like,
no,
just
that-
coming on the scene.
I would.
dude,
no,
what
I
would you
would
do?
call
What would
that
you
a
do?
crime.
What would you do? What would you
I
do,
would call
Boto?
that a crime.
Would
I would
you?
call that a crime.
Would you?
I
Would you?
think Becky Hammond is
Damn.
one of the most. I think the most qualified person after Popovich right now on that bench. On that coaching side, I think
Dang, okay.
Popovich
Take over that clipboard.
Yeah,
Like straight up.
Hey,
yeah. Becky Hammond.
Popovich retired
Becky Hammond
tonight.
has something that most NBA, which is not a big deal, but she has a summer league championship with, it's a bunch of chaffle players, so it's all even Stevens. There's no superstar coming out there unless it's a first round pick there, but he's only gonna play like 2 games in the whole freaking summer league.
Just
It's
strategy,
all
pure
nitty gritty, heart players hungry for an opportunity to make a 14-man roster. So it's all hard and it's all nitty gritty. It's all freaking hustle. So everything's even. It's whoever is the better minded coach, and Becky Hammond proved that. And honestly, I think she deserves an opportunity. Maybe not with the Spurs, but maybe with someone else. Honestly, I think she deserves her shot. And I'm not trying to, speak out on like getting political, speak out on whatever equality and all that stuff, but which we are equality here. But anyway, she deserves her shot. Honestly, I think if we're talking about qualifications here, I think she deserves a shot. And if she gets jumped by Ginobili or Tony, or maybe Tony Parker, I probably wouldn't complain as much. If she gets jumped by Ginobili, or if she gets jumped by Tim Duncan, or if she gets jumped by...
And okay, so real quick, I did want to like talk on that. So it came out actually an article where they actually asked Duncan why he came back, or how he came back. So he was saying like a lot of things happened within the locker room that we didn't really know. A lot of changes and stuff like that. Pop's unfortunately, spouse did pass away as well. And then there was just a lot of like really, Pop. He's like, I felt he literally, was talking about it. He's like, I literally felt like that Pop wasn't in a very good space himself. He's like, I've been with him since forever. I can kind of sense that. He's like, and he had his kid, was coming up, but he had a lot of family over all the time. He's like, dude, I have a lot of family over, and I just want to get out. I just want to get out. So he's like, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like the perfect match, where like he wanted to help Pop transition. Tony had left, and Manu was, I think, still there, or he had just left or something like that. So there's a lot of transitioning happening, and he's like, I didn't want to leave. I felt like I owed that year, at least 1 year, just to Pop.
Like everyone near and dear to him was leaving. In other words, because I mean, I respect that, and I can understand that.
And he's
Speaking
like,
of which,
but he said, he's like, but I am not interested in coaching. I hate it. I will not grind. I hate grinding. He's like,
he could stick to swimming.
Yeah, he's like, I like, I'll play, He's like, we get like an old man's league going or something. I was like, what? But
Nice.
but stuff like that where he's like, I just don't want to. I felt like I owed at least 1 year to Pop. You're like, what do you need me for? To kind of hang on to me or whatever. And then he said after that year, he felt that he was just a lot stronger. The team was a lot better. There weren't kids anymore there. And he's still around. He's just not like, authority or officially or whatever. Whereas,
it's like Mickey Mouse when you go to Magic Kingdom, you never see him.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's like, yeah,
Stupid.
yeah, exactly. It's like, and then now having Manu there as like a true, I think he's gonna be like a special coach or something like that. But I think I think Manu. I don't think he's gonna do coaching, dude. I think he's gonna be kind of like RC for
a motivational speaker.
No,
he's gonna be more behind the scenes, like this stuff.
Yeah, like RC Buford, like scouting and everything like that. Like, oh, Manu found like the next Manu type of stuff. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's just gonna be that type.
Yeah, I honestly, me too. That's what I think also as well. It's just mainly, looking out for the next great thing. Keeping these kids in check type deal. Showing them finances, stuff like that. I think I would say, and that's I'm more of a mentor, if anything. I mean, hey, if you can get paid if you can get paid to do something that you already did, I mean, might as well take it, right? I mean, money was probably coming up short anyway for him. Not just kidding. I highly doubt it. But no. Also, one thing on a side note, I know Popovich came out with a little saying that he said that Spurs is the only team in the NBA without a superstar. That it's nothing but a bunch of hungry, talented players trying to become one. But that's what makes Spurs a very dangerous team. That they're a team that's hungry without a superstar. So
yeah, I mean, and so what do you think? What do you think? I mean, how do you think they're gonna fare this year? You personally?
They're gonna. I think they'll compete for like one of those playoff spots, like not the playoff spots, the tournament spots again, but not make crack. I'm sorry. Wow, was that 10 o'clock? Right, my bad. Oh,
you could. It's after 9. You could cuss.
Yeah, you're good.
It's not the Adult Swim network yet. What's it called? No, he's honestly. I don't think they're gonna make it into the playoffs. So they'll probably fight for like a whatever it is now, a wild card or one of the last seeds, because I know there's a play-in tournament now. So they'll probably qualify for one of those play-in spots, but they won't crack the playoffs this year. I mean, I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. DeJounte Murray's really, really sprouting to be a good player. You got White. You got Walker. Um, what's the other
Kendon
player?
Johnson.
Sheldon Johnson. I was gonna
Dalton
say
Johnson.
James. I was gonna say Jones. But okay, Johnson. Yes, Sheldon Johnson, who like are up and coming players that want to make a name for themselves. And honestly, I think they'll be a good fighting team. They'll play spoiler a lot probably, but hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully they're. I wouldn't. I mean, expect them to be in the top seats, but hopefully they're up there in the top 8.
Yeah, no. I think so. I think because I was actually just talking about, kind of arguing about that. Or I saw some like a couple of people on radio arguing about that. Kind of wanted to argue with them, but unfortunately I couldn't. Right, but they were saying how it's obviously we're trying to fight for a playoff spot. Because we're not trying. You're trying to get better as a team. But we're also want to get into the lottery. We want to get like a top 5 pick, right? So it's like, he's saying, "Oh, entertain me, but make sure that you do good or whatever. You make sure that you progress." I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, unfortunately, the Spurs are gonna have a couple of down years. Let them have down years, but just support them as a team. Like, good. You lost, but what y'all learn?
Yeah,
Y'all
no, that pressure for
developing.
making the playoffs. That pressure for making the playoffs is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So that's already outside the window, outside the spectrum of them. Oh my God, the Spurs have to make the playoffs every year. Like, no. And I hope it's not like the Dallas Cowboys situation where it's like 20 plus years without a playoff appearance and no Super Bowl appearance or something like that. No, by no means. I mean, what the Spurs won a championship 7 years ago, so it's okay. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Once they hit the 10, then it's maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Once you get to a little, but that's the thing though. Like, so, like, is it like okay? Because the guy was like, well, I don't want to watch them if they're gonna because he's saying, Pop was saying this year it's gonna be a little bit more fun. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be kids, or not kids, but like younger, like a younger crew, younger core of players. So it's gonna
Mhm.
be very different. And then they're saying, "Oh, how fun is it gonna be? When you are like 10-20 or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, it's not gonna be fun. Like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for them. They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn what chemistry is. It's not gonna be for fun as a fan because we're chiflados. We're used to the Spurs winning all the time. They're just not gonna win. That's okay. But what you do is you support them. Nah, they suck now. Okay, so do the Cowboys, but you've supported them since forever. So do this since forever.
Shut the hell up! Don't talk like that. What's wrong with you?
Blasphemy.
My God, I vote right now. Right now, it's only it's a 2-way vote, and I vote for a new host. I'm just saying.
Oh man. So,
Oh,
but yeah.
shit.
Anyways, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. What do you think, Art?
Those some fighting words,
Uh,
Danny.
I agree with both of you. We're currently, in a rebuilding process. I mean, if we get into that play-in tournament, I mean, awesome, great. If not, it wasn't that expected of us to make it that far with such a young squad, rebuilding. Who knows how many more years Pop has left in him? Hopefully, a lot more than we think. And maybe some draft picks. We'll be bouncing back to compete because currently the West is stacked and the East is finally matching up that talent in the West. So it's competitive on both ends. Uh, we just got to work, develop the players we currently have. If need be, make a trade later on if deemed necessary. And also try to just work through the drafts throughout the next couple of years. Get them good, decent picks, find quality players from college or abroad, and just see where we could go from there. But win and lose, got to give props to a Spurs team. They're one of my, ride or die teams. I don't care how slumping they are. I'll always root for them, even if they get blown out by 60 some points. I still root for them. So yeah,
Good job.
No shit. Always cautiously optimistic about our Spurs.
No lie. All right, let's go and move on. All right, talk to me. Where are we going?
I mean, that was the final thing about basketball.
Okay.
You want to switch gears into some college ball?
Actually, I want to do NFL. We'll do college ball at the end.
That one, you got it.
All right.
NFL.
NFL. All right, let's we're gonna lower this here.
I need a quick 30-second break, real quick. I gotta go inside real fast. The wife.
He's gonna go
All right,
powder his nose. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
okay.
I'll
Well,
put you outside.
while
Put you outside.
He's gone. I'll just give a quick rundown of some of the scores this past weekend. Some games were a lot more exciting than originally billed. Goes to the likes of Carolina Panthers were able to beat the Texans. That was 24-9. That was actually this past Thursday. Buffalo Bills 43 against Washington football team 21. The Browns beat the Bears, big surprise, 26-6. The Ravens in spectacular NFL breaking fashion beat the Lions 19-17 on the legendary leg of Justin Tuck. So yeah, Baltimore's 3-0 and Detroit is 0-3. Big surprise. Tennessee Titans in the evenly matchup. They're able to beat the Colts 25-16. Now a game that was pretty exciting and everyone was befuddled to see the performance of Patrick Mahomes was the Chargers beating Kansas City in Kansas City 30-24. Did a lot for my fantasy players, but I still lost horribly. I think I had Eckler and I had what's his face, the top wide receiver of the Chargers.
Oh, you had Eckler? Dude.
I had Eckler.
How many points did he give you?
He had 30-some.
Yeah.
And that still wasn't enough.
Why? Who do you have?
I was playing against Corey.
Who do you have?
Oh.
And I think Corey had Kyler Murray and shit. It was horrible. I'll get into that later. So yeah, the upset, the Chargers upset the Kansas City. That was 30-24. At the Saints having a pretty good solid game, 28-13 against the Patriots with Mac Jones. You had the battle of the beatens. Atlanta was able to win 17. The New York Giants 14. Bengals in Pittsburgh. Bengals won 24-10. The Cardinals had a close scare against them Jacksonville, but they were to win it out 31-19. Broncos won 26 to New York Jets 0. Shit.
God damn.
A game nobody thought would have gone to OT was the Raiders and the Dolphins. Raiders were able to win off, I think it was a field goal, 31-28.
Carson field goal.
A game that I thought was a good preview of maybe an NFC title game was the Rams and the Tampa Bay. Rams were able to win, 34-24. I don't know what the hell was wrong with Brady and the rest of his crew, but it was definitely an exciting game to watch. Vikings edged the Seahawks. I don't know what the hell's going on with Seattle. They're ruining things for me fantasy-wise. But the Vikings won 30-17. Green Bay avoided the upset on the road.
Devontae Adams.
Green Bay avoided embarrassment on the road. Able to win 30-28 against them 49ers. And last but certainly not least, the game we all were looking forward to that happened this past yesterday evening was the terrific performance by Dak and company, winning 41-21 against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Dak attack.
East rivalry. The Dak attack looks like it's back. And I like that Pollard and Zeke duo. We need to get Schultz in, because I think tight end is a very underrated position vis-a-vis Kittle and Kelsey. I mean, a badass tight end could change things up. So get Schultz and Jarwin
Schultz
in.
had 80 yards.
As I was saying, use them more. Schultz and Jarwin, get them more involved. That's all. So yeah, those are some of the scores that happened. There's also a whole bunch of storylines to talk about. But if I'll pass the mic to you, Danny. Did you have anything you wanted to say? Any storyline that? All right, just name them all.
Just for NFL, really for me, it's just the Josh Gordon.
Former All-Pro wide receiver.
He's coming back to the NFL. He does sign with the Chiefs. We'll see how that works out. I know the Chiefs. That's another thing that we need to talk about as well. The Richard Sherman meeting. So he is meeting with the Bucks. The rich get richer, even though we did kind of, like we were talking about, Brady did get a little flustered there, a little bit.
Or maybe they got Sherman on the cheap, considering being released and that whole domestic issue that blew over. So maybe they got Sherman on the cheap. But
Yeah,
kudos to the Bucks. They needed
yeah,
him.
exactly. You do have obviously Andy Reid.
Sick.
Just want to give
He was a little bit dehydrated after that Kansas
with
City game.
applause. Thank you. Unfortunately in sports, obviously, our health is like, obviously a big thing. You can get hurt and stuff like that. But sometimes it's the coaches, as well, where like they themselves can get hurt, or they can have like an attack of some sort. So we're glad that Andy Reid. We're glad you're good, bro. You gotta keep on chucking. Because I know Mahomes needs a little bit, couple more rings in there.
Keep on fogging up that face mask.
Yeah. So they can't see me,
Probably that's why
bro.
he was dehydrated.
So they can't see me. So they can't. So, and obviously the last thing, as I was kind of saying, for the NFL, in this case, where Josh Gordon signs with the Chiefs. The Chiefs right now are 1-2. They're last place in their division. They
Oh no.
Yeah, they are doing not good. Madden curse, dude. I mean, that's for real. What do you think, Beto?
Well, he's not hurt yet, so
Well, yeah.
which
well,
I don't
he's-
I don't
Okay.
want I don't want him to get hurt. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, me neither. It doesn't really help anyone if it gets hurt or not.
I know. There was a TikTok guy, that TikTok dude that I'm not an avid TikToker, but I'll get a random little thing here and there.
Yeah.
And some guy from the future, he said he's in the year 2029 or something like that. And he says that week 4, mark your calendars, week 4, Patrick Mahomes will be I don't know who they play against next week.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
Dude.
like
It's gonna
week
change his
4.
life, and then, he's
Yeah,
gonna retire from the NFL
he's
forever.
gonna get blitzed off the edge, and he's gonna get a blindside tackle, or he's gonna mess up his knee or mess up his leg. It's gonna be like a career-ending injury, and mark my words, like, or whatever. Chiefs will be last in the division, and the Chiefs will be whatever after. Like, oh my god, like, I don't know why you would say something like that, but
They play the Eagles.
They play the Eagles. Oh well, Brandon Graham's hurt, so we're good. And Fletcher Cox got out too. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, in sports.
So unless like a streaker runs on the field and like does something vicious, I don't see anything happening.
Exactly.
Shoots him.
Oh, I don't condone that behavior. Maybe
But
beat
what's it
him.
called?
What's
it called? Like, even for me, as much as I despise the Eagles, the Giants, and the Redskins,
Washington
and-
football team.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm Native American. I can say the Redskins. Anyway, what's it called? No, yeah,
That's true.
Washington football team. What's it called? Even I mean, as much as I hate Tom Brady too, you don't want none of these guys to get hurt. No one. You don't. I mean, being a sports fan in general, you just want to see every team put out everything on the field, and you want your team to beat the best. Seeing that the Cowboys have the easiest schedule, one of the easiest schedules in the league, until they play the Chiefs like in week 9. But what's it called? Like, you don't want to see that, or you don't want to. And right now, with all these injuries going on again, COVID being a factor as well. I mean, you just want your best people on board. Now, I don't condone the performance enhancing stuff. So that's just you being stupid. You're getting paid millions of dollars because of your talent and because of what you're able to put on the field and the work you're able to do on when no one's watching. When people do that and you just shoot yourself in the foot, then that's on you, bro. And don't hate the system. How people say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Hey man, sometimes the game has rules and you have to follow it. Just like, and I hate to say it, like Lyle Collins, I was defending him last week. I don't know if y'all talked about it on Thursday, but I was defending him last week in regards to his situations where he was getting the drug testing avoided type deal because he had random excuses. However, he had paid the proctor. He bribed him not to get tested. So that appeal of the 5-game suspension that he was dealing with, it's going to stick now. And I'm surprised it's still going to be the 5 games. I mean, honestly, you're put in a position to use your voice or to use your money or your power to light up the road for someone else that's following in your footsteps. Not to give them the example of, hey, bro, I have money here. I know you don't. Here you go. Help me out. Like, that's not how it works. I mean, these owners pay you millions of dollars, mind you. Yeah, they're getting billions in return in dividends, but they pay you millions of dollars to play a sport you love. And if you don't love it anymore, hey, that's on you. That's what you were born to do. That's what we were born to do, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't love the work that we do. Sometimes we don't love our jobs, but that's how you get out of a bad situation. You make a better one out of it. And these things, that's what kind of ticks me off about these games. It's like you get paid, like I hate to say it, you get paid to pass a ball, you get paid to catch a ball. I mean, easy for us to say as spectators, but again, you get paid to do something like this, and you go use that money to, I guess, give yourself an advantage. No, not okay in my book. And Lyle Collins, he's been since draft day, he was considered a supplemental draft pick because he was supposedly suspect in a murder case. Luckily, he was acquitted of all charges, and he was considered a suspect, but not anymore, right? So he was he had a first round grade that night of the draft, and he gets passed through the draft. Cowboys use a second round pick on him the following year, and get him. Mind you, he out of LSU, good left tackle out of LSU, and he's always been in the spotlight for the wrong reason. But again, there's always someone there that's able to take your place. I hate to say it, but everyone's replaceable, even if you're Tom Brady or well, not Dak Prescott.
Mahomes, maybe. No, I think I think Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are the only ones that are not replaceable on their respective teams.
There's a million quarterbacks turning 21 every year, Danny. Nah.
Yeah, not so much replaceable as we could get someone to fill your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think quarterbacks are a little different, but I think in linemen and the linemen, it's if you're, I don't know, it's like you said, you're kind of replaceable if they find someone that's just a better prospect talent or whatever.
Yeah, he was dumb as shit, but at least he had heart. I want that kind of player on my team.
Yeah, it's like for Kyrie Irving, like I'm saying, Kyrie Irving he's a smart man when you give him a basketball in his hand, but I guess in all their situations he's not.
He's a diva.
Yeah, for real. No. All right, guys. So we're gonna actually play a little game. It's actually called The Bad, The Good, and The Blitz. Were you here last time, Beto, when we played it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of play it again. I'll go ahead and. So what we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it the right way, Art. So we're gonna say one.
You only messed up once.
Yeah, whatever.
Which was pretty.
So,
yeah, he pressed the.
I was confused.
Yeah, so we're just gonna say one. Either the good, the bad,
one
or the
answer.
blitz. All right. So we'll start with. Actually, we'll start with me.
Chaffle.
Yeah, I know.
Who was on that selection committee?
I know. For Artie's defense, guys, we don't discuss the rules before the show. Danny just gives us the idea. He kind of mentions it, gives us a quick summary of what the game we're gonna play with it, and so in Artie's defense.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, we just
you still messed up, bro. You still messed up, but so bad.
We're a bar talk show. I'm a few beers in. Explain things better.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go right into get some dark hip hop going in here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into the good, the bad, and the blitz today. So the good, the bad, and the blitz. Just for week 3 reactions, we'll go ahead and start with. We're gonna start with the bad.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the bad. Actually, you know what, Beto, you start because I like your reaction.
I'm like, yeah, bad. Artie, my bad for this week, just for week 3, just the bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. The bad for me was. Oh man, I would use this for the ugly though, but the bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah, I know, but no, it's okay. I'd use the bad for me. Bad again
God.
is the Jaguars failing for me again. I'm not a Jaguars fan by no means, but I mean I feel for Seabass. That
Aw.
109-yard play was just the highlight of was just like I guess a sprinkle on a bad day.
Did you play that deep or who was that? Who they play?
My defense was the Bills. I played against I want to say Rams defense.
Well, who? Oh, Seabass had Jaguars D.
Yeah, I mean that's still a good thing.
What
But
did he get? How many points did he get for that?
well, that's you get 6 points automatically for that, and then plus. I mean, they probably still went negative. It doesn't matter. But the bad for me was just that, the Jaguars still haven't found, the right pattern, and I'm not blaming Trevor Lawrence by no means. Again,
Blame him.
Peyton Manning was a crappy quarterback before
Yeah.
he became what he is today. So, and Ryan Leaf was pretty decent his rookie year. So, kind of shows kind of like the two patterns there how we're going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's just hope he's more of a Peyton Manning than a Ryan Leaf. The bad is just basically that the Jaguars still haven't figured it out yet, and I think they're a pretty talented roster. I know they traded their cornerback Henderson for a tight end, if I'm not mistaken, and a third-round pick.
Yeah.
But again, just trading away assets that could potentially, and I think he was a former first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. But just trading away assets. I guess they're just trying to figure out where to plug and play and wanted to put more offense on the field. And they still haven't figured out. There's still like a little bit of kink in their steps, and they're just trying to figure out how to make the ball roll. In this case, Trevor Lawrence just needs to throw a tighter spiral, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
for me, that's the bad. Just the Jaguars.
I think that comes with time as well. Especially for rookie,
and I'm not,
dude. Like,
yeah, and I'm not bashing them. Like, I'm not bashing him because
he's way a lot better. Because they're like, oh no, dude, he just has a bad franchise. Okay, so does Zach Wilson and West. Zach Wilson is not winning games.
I would take Trevor Lawrence over any of the 3 Chicago Bears quarterbacks, and that was fuck. Never mind. I just gave away my ugly fuck. Never mind. Sorry. Continue. Sorry. Next.
Okay. Art, talk to me, Art.
Well, I was going to say that was my bad. I have the Chicago quarterback situation as my bad.
No,
I do. I have some literature to back that up. So why is that bad? Chicago quarterbacks? Well, as of yesterday, the Chicago Bears coach Matt Nagy pretty much said he does not know which one of his 3 QBs are going to be the starter when they face the Lions next week. Whether it's going to be Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, or Nick Foles, the incomparable Nick Foles.
Super Bowl MVP, bro. What are you talking
about? All 3 of them are under consideration. So after the went through that week 3 26-6 loss against the Browns. Now, Dalton, he's currently sidelined with a left knee bruise. Fields, he suffered an injury in his right throwing hand against the Browns. Fields supposedly went under an x-ray after the game, said everything's fine. Coach Nagy really didn't say he's committed to anybody as the starter for the Lions game. Now, as a reference, Fields, he completed only 6 of 20 passes for 68 yards and was sacked 9 times.
Damn.
In his season debut, regular season debut. Welcome to the league, young fella.
For real, dude. That hurt me.
So things are really looking a little bit bad for them prospects over there with Chicago. I know they had a lot of high hopes for the young guy. But yeah, I consider that my bad. I'll mention my good and ugly later.
All right. So,
before you say another syllable, it is almost upon us. Bam! We're officially 10 o'clock. Start the siren. I can't hear it, but I'm sure it started. That's right, everybody. We're Mezzo Forte Sportz after we're unrated, uncut, unsolicited. We can cuss now, we can drink now. Not that we Haven't been doing that since the beginning. So we'll just get a quick round table. It's Oktoberfest is coming upon us. So here's a cheers to our Fräuleins and Broheims out there. I'm drinking a little St. Arnold's Oktoberfest. Not a sponsor, but definitely a great damn beer. Albert, are you sipping on anything over there, brother?
I'm drinking some. Oh, I'll pull out the Miller Lights right now, but I was just warming up on this one. I have to get out of the koozie. I'm drinking some Select right now, sponsored by my brother-in-law because he had extra beers last night.
Damn straight. McNugget. Oh no, not McNugget. He's a brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Nice.
And out of my Texified koozie. But speaking of Oktoberfest, I am going to Worst Fest in November 6th.
Nice.
So
tell him I say Guten Tag.
Yep, Guten Tag.
Break out that later hosen.
Prost, everyone, Prost.
There you go.
Nice.
And not least, Daniel. Anything going on over there in SA?
Yeah, I got some Red Bull. Keep me up at night.
Damn.
Yeah,
Red Bull and whiskey.
Red Bull whiskey all day, every day.
Don't you work in the morning?
Oh, just wanna give a quick shout out to anyone in Austin or wants to go with me in Austin. I'm gonna go to ACL. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
I'm super excited about it.
So, and one quick shout out for me. I'm sorry, Dan. I mean,
go for it.
Just want to say happy 61st birthday to my mom. I know right now she's probably asleep, but she's enjoying that retired life, and hope you had a good day, Mom. Love you.
Nice.
And I'll drink to that. Cheers to Bad Luck Beto.
Cheers.
The matriarch of the family. This is Zapata. Happy Easter birthdays to her. Best wishes.
Cheers.
And it's Sun's Day today, guys, too. Yeah, thank you, gracias. We need subtitles now. Who's gonna sponsor that?
We do.
Closed captioning is brought to you by
PBS.
PBS.
The Public Broadcast Network or whatever.
This is Copperfit sleeve. You ain't too old for this shit.
Blue's Clues, bro. Steve is back.
And Wrangler jeans.
Wrangler jeans, just because.
All right, guys. So just want to give a quick shout out. Thank you so much to our chat. We do have Natalia. We do have Ipartio as well on there. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with us. Natalia is obviously one of our partners with Skep. Definitely gonna reach out to them once they start doing a little bit more events as well. And obviously Partio, he's actually one of our soon to be a podcast shows also sponsored by Studio 13th Day. So we have a lot of stuff going on for you guys as we continue after dark. We'll go ahead and go into my bad. Oh, okay. We'll go into my bad. So my bad for week 3 in this case are the Chiefs. Wow. Yeah, I know, dude. They're 1-2. They're last in their division. Madden curse. Obviously, right? Madden curse is usually you get hurt or get banned or get something physically done to you. Except, Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is not really human. He's just an animal. He's a goat.
He's an android.
He wears a secret protective amulet underneath his jersey, Daniel. One would call it witchcraft. Some would say voodoo. Either way, he's protected.
It's a talisman.
It's all Doctor Strange.
It's a talisman.
As soon as you get 5 rings, you can summon. You can summon immortality. Imagine, dude. That's crazy. Football is very hard. It's a very hard game to get rings. But anyways, that's besides the point. Just want to give in this case for the next one, we'll start with the good. Actually, we'll go ahead and go with you, Beto.
Say it already so I can steal it.
The good. I got the good is the Cowboys defense. So,
Mike,
right now, the Cowboys I would call, and I'm quoting Marcus Spears here, All Pro, 3-time All Pro. I'm sorry, I think he's a 1-time All Pro. I'm sorry, 1-time All Pro defensive end for the Cowboys. 8 seasons, one with the Ravens. They are a complete team from what I'm seeing here. Honestly, Trevon Diggs became the first Cowboy ever to record at least one interception in his first 3 games of the season since Everson Wells, who was a 3-time All Pro Bowl defensive back for the Cowboys back in 1985. The Cowboys defense from what last year to now, they're just faster. They have 8 takeaways in the first 3 games, which is like I think they had 8 takeaways by the 10th game last season. If I think that was their last takeaway. They're rangier. They're more athletic. They're not elite. I'm not gonna say they're elite. They're not the Bills. They're not the Bills defense, Tampa Bay defense, Rams defense. They're not elite by no means, but they do show out. They do show up when they are showing up. You could just tell that they're better coach compared to last year. Dan Quinn is just you could tell the Cowboys truly invested in defense this year.
Yeah.
Henceforth the draft, and then Dan Quinn, head coach of the Falcons. I mean, they took them to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they made a shitty comeback, but I mean they let go of a crappy comeback, but
I mean, that's besides the point. Yeah.
still,
That's Brady.
yeah, but for sure they're faster. So Diggs, Diggs had made a promise to his kid in the beginning of the season. And it was something was quoted into the Hard Knocks, where his kid asked him that, asked him to get a touchdown. I mean, in this game, he asked him to get an interception, like every game, Dad, if you can. He's like, I'm going to keep my promise. And then at this game, he asked him, Dad, can you get a touchdown for me? And he kept his promise. I thought that was a cute little fun fact for him. Also, the highlight of the game was that touchdown leading to that. I'm not saying that it was a cheap touchdown, but you got to, Diggs was played against Hurts and Smith in Alabama. They practiced against each other. They know each other's routes. They know all that stuff. So, Jalen Smith said that, hey, he practiced against me. He knows how I play. So he knew, what to expect. He practiced against them back in Alabama. And that was a result of a 59-yard touchdown, pick six. I'm sorry. Honestly, just the Cowboys in general. Going to the offense as well, just a small little tidbit fun fact. Cowboys currently right now are 26-0 when they run the ball more than the pass. So, that's no mistake. That's no typo. That's honestly, that just goes to show that how much of a complete team they are and how much they actually need Pollard now. Pollard I think he received just last week, he got received by Yahoo Sports, the steal of the draft for 2019, fourth round pick, number 128 overall. He was, I think, the 18th running back taken in the draft. He got the title of the steal of the draft. He's number one in the pro football like usage percentage, player efficiency. He's averaging 8 yards a carry. Honestly, you can tell. They lost against Tampa Bay barely, thanks to those field goals by Greg Zuerlein, and he missed a few this week too. He missed a play, a field goal after a touchdown. But honestly, Cowboys right now, Kellen Moore is really focusing more on the run, and it shows. I think Dak Prescott threw like 50 times on the first game of the season, and then I think this past game he just threw for 26. He was 21 to 26 for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a big difference compared to week 1, and that just goes to show that they're more committed to running the ball, and that's what they need to do to win games. There's not going to be any more shootouts anymore, guys. As far as the defense can play, how they're doing it, it's not going to rely on Dak Prescott trying to make a fourth quarter comeback. It's going to be more of hey, defense takes over, running the ball, ground and pound, and Dak Prescott just to lead the way. So I don't think there's not going to be any more shootouts anymore to how we saw not last years, the year prior to that. That it was up to Dak Prescott to come back and try to carry the team for another 2-minute drive to hopefully win the game. So with this defense, it's kind of exciting, and that's my good.
Yeah. No, and that's what they're saying in chat right now, how Parsons is showing to be the guy. Like the guy, Um he's commanding the D, like he's still a rookie, right? And I think we're not really gonna see him obviously he's barely gonna start, he'll start peaking after a couple of years or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be a good anchor, bro. Like a good anchor for the defense. Diggs también. Diggs is super. Kind of. He's a little underrated. I feel like a little under the radar. He just needs to kind of keep it that way, honestly, because you know how it is with the Cowboys, dude. Like un poquito de fame and it's just...
Stephen A. Smith even said it himself, like that they're still gonna fail. They're the Cowboys. They're gonna fail. They're gonna get ahead of themselves and fail. I mean, like you said, they should. Right now, they're the number 10 in the rankings. Right now, they should win every game that up to the Chiefs. That's probably the only team that's possibly going to give them
That's what week what?
Week 9, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, if they can do 9-8, 9-8 is not bad. First of all, 9-8 is, or at least if they can secure 9 wins at least.
Yeah, exactly. And like like you were saying about Michael Parsons, like he said today on the Star, the radio show that they have.
Today, I saw.
He said that like that. Are you the player that you're the player that we wanted or that we need, we wanted or needed or something like that? And he's like, he said, like, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm not the player I want to be. I'm the player I need to be. And right now, dude, him playing off the edge right now. Oh, Houston won. Ah, okay. I'm sorry. So
what?
Houston Astros beat Tampa Bay Rays. What was the score, buddy?
It was 4-3.
Nice.
Congrats.
Did it go to extra innings?
Astros, congrats.
I don't know. I don't want to stop my video. But
all right, cool.
But anyway, yeah, like, so he's the player he needs to be now, wants to be, and him playing off the edge he's been rushing the quarterback. He's been getting pressures on there, and it just goes to show he's being put. He's a versatile player now, like something that we need, especially with DeMarcus Lawrence being out. Imagine now this defense with DeMarcus Lawrence back in it, man. I'm just savoring at the fact 8 weeks or so. I mean, it's more or less the timetable. I'm just hoping he just comes back healthy. Yeah, right now the way the defense is playing, give him all the rest you can get. Bring him back for playoffs if we make the playoffs. You get me?
Yeah, exactly,
but honestly, yeah, the Cowboys defense, that's my good.
Yeah. Art, talk to me.
Okay, the good. I was gonna say, I mean, some of you may
Cowboys
agree or
defense.
disagree. No, and I give kudos. The Cowboys defense did show up. I was very impressed by the performance. Able to make Philadelphia look like fools. Great, awesome. I agree with yours.
But
mine,
go for it.
The one I think was good or stood out to me was good. Something that pretty much went into the record books vis-a-vis our own the Texas Longhorn alum Justin Tucker, the leg.
Got me 16 points.
That's 66-yard record-breaking field goal to win the game for his Ravens over the Detroit Lions, 1917. Thus making the Ravens 3-0 and the Lions 0-0. That guy's always had ice in his veins. Even before that kick, he was already pretty much bound for the Hall of Fame votes. Within his lifetime. I'm not sure when, if and when he retires, how many years after that would he go in the Hall of Fame? But definitely that cemented his legacy. There should be no doubts whatsoever.
As the most accurate kicker.
Accurate kicker, clutch. I wouldn't be surprised if they erect a statue in his honor. Baltimore needs to do that. ASAP.
Texas needs to put them in their Ring of Honor as well. Honestly.
Oh, I mean, maybe Ring of Honor, but I don't know about a statue. I mean, maybe.
Okay.
The
Whatever.
Tucker Memorial Stadium.
The name of vending machine after him.
There we go. There we go.
Point is, the man is legendary, and he pretty much cemented that status. Hopefully, he gets all of the accolades in the years to come. You know, when I see him getting enshrined in the Football Hall of Fame, and like if I have kids or nephews or nieces, like, and I'm watching the ceremony, like, yeah, that guy Tucker, he was a shit. He helped send my Longhorns to the national championship back in
Over
09
Nebraska.
Yeah.
over to Dominican Sioux, Nebraska. He helped us get there, man.
Yeah.
Cole McCoy was fucking panicking shit. He barely threw the ball
Throws
out of
it out
bounds
with
like
1 second left.
barely 1 second left. And Tucker, ice in his veins, he helped punch our ticket to the Rose Bowl. Remember that.
Number
We'll always
19
remember that.
Tucker.
Remember life. So glad he's having that great career of his. Yeah,
I would
as
love to
pro
get a jersey
footballer.
of Tucker. I would love to get a jersey of Tucker from Longhorns. That'd be badass.
Oh, that would
But-
be
It'd be a
nice.
shit.
Did it
Yeah.
sign?
I know, bro. That'd be cool. That's why I'm so glad I stole him from Artie from Fantasy. He's had him for like the past 3 years stash.
Seriously, dude. Literally, like.
Remember, I even
Literally,
said like,
Art,
during the,
hey guys, Art, like literally, like drafts, you know, Justin Tucker, like
Like in the sixth round.
like yeah, like 30 rounds, like before you should.
But
he's
say
like,
the guy generates points.
bro, you
But-
don't even have a quarterback. No, bro,
but he's
I
got
need
a point.
Tucker.
Tucker puts up wide receiver.
Can I put him as my
numbers.
flex?
I know.
No, I'm okay with who I got this year. But yeah, definitely a legendary guy, fantasy and real life. No doubts about that. So I give a drink and a cheers to him. That was my good for this week. The performance of the only Justin Tucker.
Wow. Congrats. All right, guys. So my good, it's actually very good, similar to yours, Beto. It's actually just the Cowboys in general. Just for being the Eagles. Specifically, I want to thank Dak. I want to say good for Dak more than anything. I think a lot of people were still doubting him, how he was. You know, the injury, still getting hurt, still not like kind of, you're not getting hurt, but getting hit. You know, where it's just like he didn't really have, he wasn't meeting a defense that was really like that would really get to him. You know, he did. You know, the Eagles were getting at him. But I don't know. I felt like that kind of stood his ground. He kind of became a stronger, wiser QB. He ran, dude, and he was like, you know, not diving, but just, you know, throwing himself on the ground, just being safe, stuff like that. So it's good. It's a good viewing, you know, for the Cowboys. Just to kind of, you know, I understand, like Stephen A says, it's always, if something can happen, you know, will happen for the Cowboys. But as of right now, you know, the Cowboys having Dak on the reins, because I initially thought, I'm like, dude, they're paying him 40 mil. I don't know if he's going to be a 40 mil guy. And I still don't think he's necessarily a 40 mil guy, but if he can hold on to the reins of that horse, that's that team, they should be pretty good, dude. I can see him make the playoffs. I see him winning division this year for sure. But that's my good. So
That's my
Very
quarterback.
nice.
all right, guys. So we'll go ahead and actually do the blitz. I'll have you, Balog Beto, go for it.
Oh, okay.
Blitz, aka the ugly.
The ugly
Blitz
or the
or
craziness
or
or,
the crazy.
whatever.
Ugly
Yeah.
or crazy.
Well, my blitz is gonna be, or my crazy or blitz or ugly or nasty, whatever you want to call it, is the coordinators for the Giants. My favorite coordinator of all time, Jason Garrett.
Oh my
And-
God! Why?
They don't say his name anymore.
And I know that it's like Voldemort. You don't, he who must not be named. He's just known for clapping. And the defensive coordinator for the Giants,
That Clapper, Mr.
Uh,
Clapper.
Mr. Clapper himself. It was announced today by the head coach that for now, basically Giants fans everywhere are calling for the heads of the coordinators for the Giants,
Oh wow!
and basically for them to either be fired or for them to be stripped of their duties.
Oh,
as per the head coach
damn.
today, that no drastic changes will be made depending on the results of this week. So
God dang,
people
dude.
have
That's
been
crazy.
questioning Jason Garrett's ability to call plays, which is why he was stripped of his duties with Cowboys. With Kellen Moore taking over, and Kellen Moore being offered the Philadelphia Eagles head coaching job, decided to stay, and head coaching job for his alma mater, Boise State, decided to stay with the Cowboys as a offensive coordinator and
I
play
see.
caller.
Okay.
And so Jason Garrett, again, proving to all of us that maybe his play calling style is just outdated. And to add insult to injury to that, I mean, they're 0-4. And then for the defensive side, they lost. Well, I mean, they lost two injuries aside, but they lost Sterling Shepard and I forgot the other receiver's name. They lost two of their starting receivers for the offense. So even then, that's even tougher. Daniel Jones is just looking like trying to hold his head above water. Saquon Barkley's not as explosive after that ACL injury. So,
That offensive line looks like it can can protect anything, dude. Can protect anything.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then they lost linebacker Blake Hernandez, which was a heavy loss for them.
God dang.
That's even then.
That's your blitz.
Yeah, basically both the Giants basically are both coordinators. That's my blitz.
Damn. All right,
I'm sure a lot of people agree with you. And after your explanation, I kind of see what you mean about that, man. Things are in complete disarray over there with the New York Giants, and things need to change ASAP if they don't want to be like my blitz team, which is the New York Jets. Pretty much getting shut out by them Denver Broncos, 26-0. I don't know what the hell's going on. After they got that new coach, I don't even. Granted, I didn't see the game. Not that I ever would, but I mentioned to Danny like about a week or two ago. Anytime you get a 0 on that scoreboard, that is complete embarrassment times 50. Like your pros, you can't even get on the scoreboard. That's pretty bad.
Seriously.
I don't know who's responsible. You say there's a Madden curse. Well, there's a damn Jets curse. And it's been going on for a couple of decades.
Maybe New York?
No, because the Giants did win a championship.
It wasn't Sam Darnold's fault, I'll tell you that much.
Exactly. Sam Darnold is flourishing as the head guy for the Carolina Panthers. So it wasn't his fault. It was actually the system he was in. Them Jets. So something's wrong with New York football in general. Meanwhile, the opposite is happening in LA, where the Rams and the Chargers are decimating their opponents. And
except the Cowboys.
Well, a few plays different. Maybe the outcome of that game could have been in favor of the Chargers.
But did it happen?
They're just a little undisciplined. They should be 3-0, but no.
It's actually.
I'm glad they fucked up.
Just to segue into that, that's actually my blitz.
Go for it, girl.
That's actually my blitz. The LA Chargers. LA Rams. So Stafford and company do come and do beat out Brady in a very close one. I mean the Rams beat the Chiefs también, dude.
You mean the Chargers? Chargers beat the Chiefs.
The Chargers beat the Chiefs. No, I'm sorry, both both teams or whatever both Super Bowl teams that went to the Super Bowl or whatever, they both lost this week. Obviously the Chiefs and then the Bucks. I think it's a blitz more than anything because again it was a big we talked about how it was going to be a big challenge or a big test for Stafford just coming on in this case in general just as just finally being able to actually compete against a very elite quarterback, a very elite teams like the Bucks. They were ever going to kind of measure themselves how they're doing right now. It's still early in the year. There's 17 games now. That extra game como quiera, it does matter. So we'll see how that ends up working out for them. Um, anything else, guys?
I'm still not
No,
used to Stafford being in a Rams jersey.
I know.
that's another thing. Just as Sam Darnold's doing well away from the Jets, I guess leaving Detroit was the best thing that could ever happen to Stafford.
It's only been 3 weeks. Sorry, calm down.
He's already having a good relationship with Cooper Cup, and I don't know, man. They're rolling.
Yeah.
Don't
So
sleep on them Rams
yeah.
or Chargers for that matter.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're going to Super Bowl. I don't know. All right, guys. We'll go right into our college football games over this weekend. We'll go ahead and have us, obviously, Superfan R lead us into that. How did the Longhorns do, bro?
I'll get to my Longhorns shortly. There was a lot of exciting games, big upsets over this past weekend. So there's been a shakeup in the rankings for sure, leading up to this new week. On Thursday, I'll give a preview of the games to expect for the weekend. But just in reviewing how this past week went, some of the scores. Alabama was 63 over Southern Miss 14. Georgia decimated Vanderbilt 62-2. Oregon Ducks were able to crack their way over Arizona. It was a little bit close towards the third, and then they just ran away with it. West Virginia, they disappointed me. I wanted them to upset Oklahoma. They just didn't have it in them. But it was close.
Yeah, it was close.
Oklahoma did win 16-13.
Mm-hmm.
Another potential upset could have happened, but it didn't. Iowa was able to edge out to Colorado State 24-14. Now, a team that did get semi-upset was A&M. The Aggies unfortunately lost to the Arkansas Razorbacks, who were legit and maybe the dark horse of the SEC.
Seriously,
They won.
pretty legit.
They haven't been this exciting since Ryan Mallett played with them. So
Damn straight. They won 20-10. But I think the game that overshadowed all others, it was the upset of the day, was Clemson Tigers being upset 21-27 by the Wolfpack of NC State. Go Wolves. Finally, we got Clemson out of there, and they can make room for another team in that playoff, that 14 playoff. Because Clemson was goddamn there for like the past, I don't know how many years, since its inception.
Yeah, I mean, so did Ohio State too.
And they play easy ACC teams, not gonna lie. No offense.
Well, yeah, but so was Ohio State, and they play like, I don't even know where they play. Who they play?
Right. Well, I'll get into a little bit more of that Clemson game just to wrap up some more of the scores. Baylor surprised a lot of folks. They were able to upset Iowa State at home, even wearing some ugly ass, like straight up, but all banana color. Like the whole helmet, socks, everything was just banana yellow. Only the BU was green. It was horrible to look at, but they won. They don't win in style, but they won in points. They won 31.
They blinded the other team. They did.
For real. They won 31-29 over the Iowa State Cyclones. So that was a little bit of an upset. Michigan State almost got upset by Nebraska, but they did win 23-20. A team that could be another dark horse that nobody's been talking about in the Big 12 was Oklahoma State Cowboys. They were able to edge out the Kansas State Wildcats 31-20. Game I didn't watch, but I heard something funny about it. As SMU, a Southern Methodist, was able to beat TCU 42-34. Supposedly after the game, some of the SMU players were planning on maybe planting a SMU flag in the middle of TCU's field. I think some of the Horned Frog players were able to kind of counter that quickly before it even was able to happen. And a big scuffle happened. I think one of the assistant coaches of like SMU got injured in the scuffle.
Oh God,
he's okay, but it was just pretty funny just to see, what the hell shenanigans they were trying to do. But in some of the games that are more important to us, my Texas Longhorns, what up, hook 'em? They're able to edge out Texas Tech in spectacular fashion at home in Austin, 70-35.
I had tickets to go. I couldn't go.
I think the first time the Longhorns have been like 70 points or more since like a game they had in 2005. So the Horns, they able to score 14, 28, and 21 points within the first three quarters, respectively.
Nice.
Quarterback Casey Thompson filled in as the starter, with about 18 of 23 passes caught, yielding around 303 yards of total offense, 5 touchdowns, just one interception. Just one interception. Don't be panicking. They did benefit from their dual running backs who played a big part. I mean, they had a few others, but it was the main two that were the main dividends of all them points. Yeah, Bijan Robinson, he had 18 carries for 137 yards. More notably, you had Roshan Johnson's 13 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, in the receiving, there was 3 different receivers who had touchdowns, but the standout was Xavier Worthy's 5 receptions for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is pretty impressive for the young man. Hope to see some of that performance next week when they play the Horned Frogs. I don't know if that's home game or away. We'll just have to find out. And of course, the week after that is that Red River rivalry with Oklahoma. So definitely I'll keep you posted on how both Texas and OU do in these coming weekends. But something more close to home, UTSA, what up? You're 4-0. Who would have thought they were going to win 31-28? So McCormick's, I guess it was the quarterback McCormick, his 3 touchdowns were able to power UTSA in their comeback down in Memphis, mind you. They were down
21-0. It was 21-0 in Mexico.
Yeah, it pretty much, there was a major comeback. McCormick scored his 3rd touchdown on the 4th and 1 to tie it, and then set up the Texas San Antonio for a game-winning field goal with a 22-yard run, and UTSA beat Memphis 31-28 Saturday. McCormick.
Yeah. Fun fact about UTSA: they're getting 4 votes in the top 25 in the coaches poll. They're getting 4 votes for national ranking. 4 votes, but
I'm just saying.
Right,
Big 12. Big 12
right
is
now,
next.
Right now, Texas I think has 131 to be back in the top 25, but didn't get the ranking this week.
Nice. So kudos to them Roadrunners. We watching you. We like that you're giving hopes to that all the people of SA who are thirsting for their own football action, pro or semi-pro. Definitely filling the void there.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
No, not the Raiders. Not the Raiders. That doesn't.
Yeah, we'll continue to see if they could go 5-0. I'm not sure who they're going to play. I'll give more coverage on who their prospects are on Thursday. But referring back to that big upset of the evening, which was Clemson's 27-21 loss in double overtime, mind you, against the Wolfpack. So going back to the start of the 2015 season, Clemson had won 53 of its last 56 games against ACC opponents before coming up short against the Wolfpack. Wolfpack rose to the occasion, able to win in double overtime with that magnificent touchdown pass from Devin Leary to Devin Carter. And they had that awesome defensive stop. Pretty much it was bedlam afterwards. All the students were able to rush the field, with rightly so, because Clemson was pretty much the bully of the ACC for so long. And finally to be taken down, little brother took down big brother. It was awesome. So NC State, they beat a top 10 team for the first time since 2012. NC State in the driver's seat with the ACC. So ACC is pretty much wide open now. Anyone, it's for the taking. Whoever wants it the most. Clemson is not a lock anymore. By all means, it'll be exciting to see who rises to the occasion. So NC State's obviously favored. Maybe, I don't know, Wake Forest might be in contention as well. We'll just have to see. And like I said, in the playoff picture, if Clemson's not in there, who can fill up that spot? Aside from the Longhorns. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Now, I know who it won't be. It's going to be that damn Texas A&M, because there's some big questions for the Maggies. So pretty much after losing their starting quarterback, now they've been struggling with their new quarterback, Calzada. I mean, they played this past weekend in Cowboys Stadium. It was ranked. It was, damn it, Danny. It was labeled as the Southwestern rivalry or some shit like that. because I mean, granted, they were once upon a time rivals in the same division, Southwestern Conference.
Oh wow.
So pretty much
Many Big 12 seasons ago.
yeah. Lost to those. Does the Aggies score 10 points in?
How'd your
What?
Kingsville do, bro?
I didn't get to
follow?
watch. No, I don't follow, bro. But I know they had their first home game this week.
Yeah, I think they're starting to do the division and home games. Yeah, already, or like just in general, college. Or
By the
whatever.
way, speaking of Kingsville, guess who's the defensive backs coach for the Cowboys?
Who?
Al Harris out of Kingsville, Texas A&M University Kingsville, 7-time Pro Bowl cornerback for the Packers. I think he's like Kingsville's only first-round pick in history. I think it was first overall, number 26, number 26 overall. Al Harris, cornerback out of the Packers. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler, defensive
damn.
backs coach,
Damn, that's pretty
defensive
good.
backs coach for the Cowboys right now. So,
Yeah. I actually did see that. Were you the one that posted that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did see that. Yeah, cause they post. You can tell I'm on his timeline all the time, or he's on my timeline all the time, rather.
I know.
Very informative post, Albert.
I don't see Davenport, the only first-round pick from UTSA, being a Pro Bowler, but whatever.
Oh
So,
my god, dude, my bad. We have like 4 years only, dude. It's only been 4 years since we had a football.
yeah, I
team.
know, but Division 1 4 years, bro. So, I mean,
Okay, dude. It's like, you know,
we've been Division 2 and AIA. I don't even know what other Division 3.
It's like when United plays, like, you know, our high school plays outside of Laredo. They play like real football teams. It's like, no, we're the best in Laredo. Oh, okay, bro, but you know, play Smithson Valley. You know, done.
Smithson Valley's not even a thing anymore, bro.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Lake
I was
Travis or Reagan or.
Tú me entendiste, though, right?
Right.
Alright.
Know your lane. Know your lane. All right. Just to wrap it up with the Aggies. So the Aggies have scored 95 points in these past 4 games. So among SEC teams, only South Carolina and Vanderbilt have scored fewer points. The offensive line has struggled despite Jimbo Fisher trying some multiple combinations up front. In 2 games, quarterback Calzada has played against Power 5 competition. He's only completed just 51.4% of his passes for just 344 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. So it's just a case of, was Arkansas better or A&M was just worse? I think it's just Arkansas's legit. I think they're the dark horse of the SEC. They can definitely maybe give some competition to Alabama and LSU out on their side of things. They make a big splash. Meanwhile, things in College Station aren't looking very bright. They were off on the wrong foot to begin with losing their main QB. So yeah, I mean, sorry to see A&M lose. Not really.
Not really, yeah.
The Hogs, I hated them for beating my Longhorns. Happy they beat A&M. I'm conflicted.
Yeah, it's just
but
one
yeah,
of those. It's one of those things. Like, whatever. I hope they
Yeah,
both lose.
I'll get your all's take. Albert, is there anything from any of these college games that stood out to you this past week?
For me, Arkansas, yeah, I think they are, like you said, the dark horse of the SEC.
Yeah.
But I don't know so much of a dark horse anymore. I think they're in the top 10 after this week of rankings.
Yeah, and because
so-
they're beating teams like handily and with different variations of it, like
Oregon as well. Oregon hasn't made a noise since back when Chip Kelly was their coach. So
Chip Kelly.
dude, Chip
It's,
Kelly himself at UCLA, también.
I know Oregon's been doing very well as well. But again, the biggest upset was Clemson, man. I mean, Clemson, like you said, they haven't lost. There was they won 53 out of their 56 games.
Something like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson era.
Yep.
I mean, they've just been blessed with so many good quarterbacks over the years, and goes to show, bro, how much a great collegiate player can do. I mean, look at Vince Young and look at Colt McCoy. Texas has had a good quarterback since I'm not saying Thompson and Carter, like the go-tos yet. But I do like the reference though that Vince Young was number 10, Colt McCoy was number 12, Thompson's number 11. I don't know, kind of fill in the gap there.
Whatever.
Superstition.
I just want him to win. I just want the
Win.
Win. That will win, take over the game, and everything like that. But all right, guys, let's start wrapping up. Since it is getting late, I don't want you to not miss work and not be able to make it like next time, or get in trouble with anyone. All right, guys. So we're gonna start wrapping it up. Hold on.
Wrap it up, B. Get
bad,
read.
my
Wrap it
bad.
up.
My bad. I'm getting everything ready. And here we go. There we go. Yes. All right, guys. So in this case, we're just to finish up, and that's gonna be it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening today and tonight, and to any time that you are listening to us. Go ahead and check out our highlights for the week. It's actually going to be on probably either tomorrow or on Thursday. Thank you so much for Bad Luck Beto joining us today. Thank you so much for everyone today, and hope y'all can chill with us next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsored by Studio 13th Day from the studio13thday.com. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Music provided by, of course, Studio 13th Day and Tasmagoria Graphics. This is Danny BMD signing off, saying laters to all. Bring it home, Art.
Thank you, Dan. My lesson of the day is anything can happen in the NFL, bro. It looks like the Bucks and the Chiefs are beatable. Every LA team looks strong and mean, and the Ravens kicker looks like a bad mother tucker. Remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without y'all, the fans. This is episode number 67. Until next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to the Mezzo Forte Sportz.
Recording
Thank you
done.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. All right. We're officially after broadcast. All right, they can say. All right, and stops.